sports, college football, just about a month into the season, and we are ready for this Week 4 clash. It's the Temple Owls and the Marshall Thundering Herd. Reese Davis along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. We'll hear from Holly Rowe in a bit down on the sideline. Temple about to kick it off and get this game underway. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Marshall's offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. And here comes the junior running back. He sliced through defenders last time out, more than 200 yards, and scored 3 times in their victory. The run inside. It's Boston. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Makes the grab over the middle. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Pass completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield on first down. On target.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Marshall might try to catch this defense thinking run here on 2nd and inches. Trying play action. Pressure coming. He slides down, and he's got enough to convert the 2nd and short.
2nd and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The Thundering Herd picked up a fresh set of downs by keeping it on the ground. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Nice job by the QB sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing 3rd down. Looking to pass. It's Wilkins. Throws to the wideout. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Hardy. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. So Temple's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And here's the big fella, senior tight end. They'll try to feed him today. And what a luxury it is to have a weapon like this at tight end. He is a big play that can happen at any moment. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smith. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And the Owls with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Give to the running back. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be third and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He hits the slide, and he's got enough to convert that third down.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass.
Racing to the right. The 30. At the 20. Who gives a hoot? The Owls do. It's a touchdown. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And that is the easiest touchdown pass that guy is ever going to throw. The little touch pass, jet sweep, and how about the speed out in the open field? Man, David, quarterbacks love those. Those are stat builders.
And defensively, man, we've got to see that. We've got to adjust. Safeties have to be able to come down and play that jet sweep. It's frustrating when you see him not adjust. And then, listen, you could see it, the wheels. I mean, that dude had some speed when he got around the corner, and nobody could catch him. But defensively, we've got to see that a second sooner so he can come up and make a play.
To the air on first down. Here comes the heat. And down he goes.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Still on his feet at the 35. Snags it, and there's running room. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just...
Here's a little room there. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Running inside, it's Meadows. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you get a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Quarterback making checks. Back to throw, it's Turner. He'll pull it down and run. Slides to the ground. He got away and picked up the first down on a second and long. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a chance. It's a fumble. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Going to take a shot on second and short. It's complete. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the second quarter. Guys, it's Temple with the lead here at the end of the quarter as we get a look at the numbers so far. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Marshall with a fresh set of downs as we open the second period. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Here's the pressure. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurd! They thought maybe they could contain him. They thought wrong.
They did, and don't call him a quarterback anymore. Just call these guys skill players. I mean, so fast, you could tell the angles just get chewed up. You think you got a chance to catch him. Tell you what, put that in your back pocket. Understand, that guy can fly. I got to make sure I take the proper angles when I'm chasing him.
The Owls offense comes out ready to go to work. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Looking to throw on first down. It's a fumble on the play. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Touchdown, Thundering Herd. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense and make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The run inside. It's Smith. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. The play action fake. Pocket breaking down. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. New set of downs after the completion. They'll move the wide receiver. The give is to Smith. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Slings it downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. This Temple offense putting together a nice drive. Looking downfield on first down. He's going to run it. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. Behind the chains now on second and long. They'll run the counter. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to make magic with his feet. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Chains are set, and Temple has it with another 1st and 10. From From the gun, looking for a man. On the run, fires downfield. Touchdown, Owls! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. The Thundering Herd offense ready to come out and get this drive going. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? Having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Dropping back, it's Turner. That's caught. It's Meadows.
You just got to get this guy going in the offense. You got to hand it off to him. You got to throw it to him, too, on all different types of downs. I love it on first down here. Just getting him the ball in the passing game, let him make something happen and set up second and short.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to fire on second down. Get it out on the screen. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield, or if he lines up at wide receiver, this dude can get open and he can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
That's reeled in. It's Payne. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Quick strike complete. And he fights his way, but they'll stop him just short of the line to gain its fourth down. Less than a yard to go for a first down, and the offense will remain on the field. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Firing to the right, complete. Excellent discipline by this defense. They keep everything in front of him, and they make the big fourth down stop. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smith. Plows through the defense. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Off the play fake. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. Looking to throw for it. Going for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
That's one thing this defense takes a lot of pride on. They like tackling the catch, and they like being around the ball. That time, he was in proximity to knock that thing loose. Nice physical play.
Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Back to pass, it's Turner. Under fire. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
Got it in the middle, it's Payne. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Marshall, quick to the line. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Here's a heat. They'll stop him at the 46 after a 5-yard pickup. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10.
It's just so nice as a coaching staff when you've got quarterbacks who make good decisions. And on a 2nd and short play, you're throwing it, you're trying to catch the defense napping, you might take a shot, nothing there. Go get it yourself. Make the right decision to keep it, not panic, and get you a fresh set of downs.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Might be calling a hot route. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him to get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Dropping back, it's Turner. He'll pull it down. Open space at the 25. Hits the slide, got the first down with his feet. Excellent job using the clock. They get the timeout, 2 ticks remaining, and now they can put up points before going to the locker room. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. Absolutely center cut. That pushes the lead to 6 at 20-14. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, welcome into the EA Sports College Football Update Show, the Week 4 edition. So let's dive right in. Let's begin with a look at Virginia taking on the number 16, the Tennessee Volunteers.
Coming out with it, it's Hardy. Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. They start this 3rd quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little time. He works his way to the 21-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. Temple lining up to punt it away. And he's going to have to drive this ball into the teeth of the wind. He'll field the punt. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Running inside, it's Meadows. gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Line getting set on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Turner. Throws for the tight end. Finds his man, it's Payne. He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. They've got this defense reeling after that last play. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 15. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a 1st down, but what does it do? Now it makes 2nd down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Way to stay ahead.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Marshall!
Well, this guy's dynamic, and he can hurt you in a variety of ways in the option game, and he had a chance that time to pitch it out wide if he wanted to, but he kept it himself. He shows you the wheels, takes it in for the score.
Looking to throw. Quarterback adapted. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Let's see what he can do with the return. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Temple offense heads out to start this drive. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. The Owls come to the line with a new set of downs. Catch in the middle, it's Chase. Turning it on! And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. And the Owls have this offense rolling. Caught in the backfield, it's Hardy.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Tight end finds a soft spot. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of 1st downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on 4th down. You're in the 3rd quarter, 2nd half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. And you just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the 2nd half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
And they get him down.
And that's exactly why this linebacker has to stay on the field every single down, because he's so good in space. He's good against jet sweeps, he's good against bubble screens, and he can race outside and get receivers down on the ground quick.
There's a crease. Touchdown, Temple. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
Man, how nice is it to be down and you need to score points when you can just hand it to your running back
and he can make big plays like that. Jesse, they're going to need more of those to get back into the football game. They've dug themselves a little bit hole, but that was a good start.
Yeah, I think the defense probably kicking themselves too. I don't know if it was 2-minute type situation, if they were expecting them to run the football, but somehow, some way, you've got to be able to gang tackle this guy and not let him take it to the house from that distance and score points. Moving forward now, the run defense has got to shore up for this defense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they'd get him on the ground at the 20. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
Well, we see another catch by this guy, and this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Run inside. It's Boston. Still running at the 40. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Thundering Herd coming off that huge run might bring a little more thunder this time. Looking to throw, it's Turner. Right on the money. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. That last completion left them with 2nd and 3. Let's see how aggressive they are. Back to pass. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. They'll start this drive at their own 48. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
I'll tell you, the offense might be setting up a shot down the field here. You might see them later fake the wide receiver screen and see if they can hit a tight end or another receiver running up the boundary. Keep your eye open for that.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, he's got some space. Quarterback slides, and that is a punch to the gut to any defense to let a quarterback get out and move the sticks there. Change our set, and Temple has it with another 1st and 10. Motion from the back. Can't get him to the ground. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. The give out of the gun. Finds a crease at the 20. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Owls.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling. Doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So Marshall is out on the field and ready to get this drive cranked up. Tie game, 4th quarter, plenty of time to work with, exactly where you want to be in this one. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. Holds and fires complete to the right. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. They've got a first down here. Want to start his bend to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. To the air, it's Turner. Complete. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Got a little grass. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Wants to throw on first down. He's going to take off. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
To the air on second down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Meadows. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Hurd! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point.
Man, we know football gets harder when you start to get in the red zone and the field shrinks. Who needs that? Break the long touchdown run. Nice job by the back. Seeing the hole, exploding through, getting a long touchdown.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Owl offense is out there to get this drive underway. And now this offense needs a late fourth quarter drive to answer that last touchdown.
Tell you what, that was a lightning fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Second and 10, he'll throw again. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. After the incomplete pass, there is a player down on the field. That is their freshman offensive lineman, and boy, they hope this isn't too serious. Holly Rowe will keep an eye on that. Need 10 yards on this third down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the right. Holds it in. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Temple lining up to punt it away. Holds it in and looking upfield. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Thundering Herd offense ready to come out and get this drive going. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Under fire. Finds his big tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Going to try to get it himself. He slides past the first down marker, and he'll convert that 3rd and long. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Creates maybe some room here. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Running inside. It's Boston. Touchdown! Thundering Herd! Great job by the back on the option. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Let's go down to the sideline and Holly Rowe.
Here on the Owls sideline, I can see a lot happening with their running back. He has turned it over here in this game, and they are down. They need him to be a little bit better with their ball security. I have seen some coaches go over there, have him put the football in, kind of try to knock it out, get him back to a confident state of mind. He's out there right now. We'll see if they can rely on him down the stretch. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. They'll throw again after the incompletion. The short hands, it's Bermudez. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Listen, the defense gave up a couple of yards, but they're happy to give that up because they know the clock is still ticking. They're trying to bleed this thing. If you want to throw it over the middle of the field inbounds, they'll give that to you all day.
The Sweet Feet buy a little time. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass and was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the 1st down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble plays like that from him.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football.
And guys, hold that thought just a second because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. He's got it way down the field. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
And that has got to be a coverage bust on defense. There is no way the receiver should have been allowed to be that open deep down the field. Somebody on defense blew their assignment.
Trying to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Oh, they're after him. He's knocked down, short gain, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. Quickly gets everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock.
No gain on the play. Second down.
This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Second down, he'll throw it. Bringing the heat. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it.
I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down on the scoreboard. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have worked for you in this game, where you found success, where you found your explosive plays.
And he's got it, a late touchdown, probably window dressing, but still a sliver, albeit very slight, of hope.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
And you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right skip for that ball to get 10 yards to try to make something happen and make a miracle come to fruition. And, Palmer, it's not going to happen. The defense's hands team, they were ready, they were dialed in, and they get the football back.
Yeah, they fall on that one, David, and they can breathe a little bit easier now. But let's be honest, I mean, in college football, we've seen crazier things happen in these types of situations. The ball takes a crazy bounce. There's always a chance. You got to give the receiving team there a lot of credit. The hands team